Hi, everybody. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Family and Finance. My name is Rose Joshua. So in Family and Finance, we talk about all kinds of things that will help you get your finances together and, life lessons as well. So today I have a very good friend of mine. Is going to be with us for the rest of this video. We've known each other for almost 40 years. We're childhood friends. We've known each other for a long, long time, and we've kind of followed each other around the world. And we both live in Canada. We both live in Alberta. And I'm going, hey, Sister Diekola Oshinubi, let's do a video together. And she graciously accepted to do that. Sister Diekola, welcome to my show.
Thank you very much, my sister.
Awesome. You see, I like your glasses. Your glasses look better than mine. So let's just kind of go back to those girlish days and say, ooh, your glasses are fancier than mine. Okay, you're gonna take me shopping. I like the blue. No, there's greenish and orange,
blue, red.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Fun glasses.
I'm gonna hide mine. When you take me shopping, then I can show my friends what you bought me. How's that? Okay, so thank you so much for gracing our channel today with your presence. So hi everybody. Diekola is not just my friend. She's many things put together, and we're going to see more as we continue. She is the mother of, I like to call her mother of 4 boys. But she actually has 2 boys, 2 men now, and her husband. So I like to tell her the husband is 2 boys, is double the work. So anyway, so she has 2 boys, and she's happily married. So mother of 4 boys. And so she's a very strong lady, commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the house. In addition, she's a professional IT manager. And she is a YouTuber extraordinaire. Like, if you think a YouTuber, she is a YouTuber. So I'm going to share her YouTube channel with you. It's so exciting. Sometimes I get lost in here. But let me share that with you, everybody. So this is I think I started playing something. Yeah. So this is Diekola's YouTube channel. So if you basically,
you look for this side of life,
just this side of life. But anyway, I have it here, but because I had checked for Diekola maiden name, so that's basically how I found it. But I've spent a lot of time on this, so listeners, please subscribe. She has 3.31K subscribers, meaning a lot of subscribers. And she has 132 videos. Now, the videos are very exciting. They span anywhere from travel. Diekola, you've traveled a lot. You've traveled
I love to travel.
Yeah, you need to take me on your next trip. So you just came back from Israel. Where else did you go to? You went to
Mexico.
Mexico. Yes, I see that. Nigeria, of course. So yeah, so you're basically a big traveler. And I know you've been to how many European countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 European. Okay, so that's good. So there's a lot of information on this channel. So we're going to come back to it in just a bit. Okay, so viewers, please subscribe. She talks about many things from taxes to immigration to money to family to emotions, a lot of things. So
everything immigrant related.
Everything immigrant. But it's not all immigrant though. I see there's a lot of human. It's human.
Yeah. I like to say it's life lessons to help us.
Life lessons, yeah. It's not, I've looked at quite a lot of videos. It's not as immigrant as you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite human. It's quite human. So yeah, good job. Thank you so much. So yeah, Sister Diekola, tell us a bit about yourself. Let's start from there.
Okay, so Hello, everyone. It's really nice to be here. Thank you, Sister Rose, for calling me onto your channel. So yeah, I was born in Nigeria, and I went to I did my primary, secondary, and then I went to Obafemi Awolowo University, which is where I met Sister
That's
Rose
where we met. University of
way
Ife,
back,
great Ife.
way
19,
back.
yeah, 1980s is when we
Yeah,
met.
in the 80s. So I studied computer science, graduated, got married, and then myself and my husband decided we needed some adventure in our lives. And so we decided to come to Canada. So we came to Canada, just the two of us. And soon after that, we started having our children, and we raised our children here. We've been here for over 20 years now. And I've, you know, been in my profession, which is IT. And yeah, we've grown our family, and yeah, here we are in
And
Canada.
here you are. Good job. Good job. Successful Canadian, Nigerian Canadian. Good job. So I'd like to kind of talk with you, so in family and finance, I like to bring it home to money and, taxes and all. And I see you have some of that in your YouTube channel. But there is one thing I wanted to touch on first, which is some of the human aspects of your video. Let me see. This one here, there was this one that you did on 132 videos. It's one of the early ones. Let me find it. So it is the one on the end of life issues. Okay. So the end of life issues, you talked about, life and death and meaning. And I saw in that video, it was an emotional one. Like, there were times I felt I kind of connected with you. It was a moment to cry. So what motivated that video, and can you share that with us?
Oh yeah, so that was a time in my life where I lost a few close people to me. A friend of mine passed away. Two friends of mine passed away actually, and a pastor in my church. And I just, like at that time, I was just thinking a lot about life and death. So, and I know a lot of people around me were feeling the same way. So I decided that I was going to talk about it because I know in our community, we don't like to talk about, death.
Mm.
But it is the one thing that is 100% sure. Like it is not even, 99.99. It is 100% that each and every one of us are going to leave this world at some point. So I thought, yeah, it would be a good thing to talk about and share my feelings at that time, and hopefully people can learn from it.
And as part of that video, you shared a lot of really cool ideas. So for example, when we live our lives, we want to live it in such a way that we make an impact on people we leave behind. I remember you made a quote of Maya Angelou. What was it she said?
She said that people do not remember, like when you die, people do not remember anything. The only thing that people remember is how you make them feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
People do not remember what you said or what you did, but they remember how you made them feel. So really appealing to everyone, all our viewers, whatever you're doing now and going forward, ask yourself, am I making a positive impact?
Right.
And it's not just on your family, it's also on the community, because Diekola, you mentioned your pastor.
Yeah. It's on your community. Like, God has put us where we are for a reason. A reason. And there's nobody else like you. Like, you are unique, and God has placed you in that place for a particular reason. And yeah, our job, the most important job that we have, is to find out what that reason is and to fulfill it, to fulfill that purpose and make that impact that we are expected to make, or we are made to make.
Yeah. And This was not in your video, but one of the things I like to challenge my listeners to do is when you are in a position where you have information, it's good to share it with people. I find that in some communities, people don't share information. And that's not kosher. That's not good, because if you have information that would improve the life of your brother or your sister, for God's sake, if you don't share it, then, karma, they say, some people say karma, some people say all kinds of things. It's not going to benefit you in the long run because you didn't share that information. If somebody comes in and says, oh, Auntie Rose, do you know somebody who's so and so? If I know and I say I don't know, then it's against me. So like Sister Diekola has said, we need to impact our community. So I just wanted to start with that. Thank you so much, Sister Diekola, for that video. It really spoke to me.
I'm glad.
Yes. Yes. The another video that I wanted us to maybe bringing it back home now to money is you have a few videos on taxes.
Yeah.
So tell me what's happening there. I know in Canada we pay taxes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the tips you have on taxes?
Well, I mean, like I think there's a saying that says the only two things that are sure. We talked about death already.
Yeah.
But the only two things that are sure in life is death and taxes, especially if you live in this part of the world, right? So you are not going to escape paying your tax. It's not like some countries in the world where, you just, you can evade tax and nothing happens. When you are in this part of the world, you do have to pay your taxes, and it is your civic duty to do that. And yeah, you should, as a good citizen, as a child of God, you should pay your taxes. You should give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. But then you have to be wise. Like, you need to be wise about your taxes. So, and it starts with education. And like you were saying, if people know certain things, they should share. And there's a lot of sharing going on. I mean, there are lots of organizations that talk about taxes. There are people like you, Sister Rose, that talk about taxes and things like that. So my thing is that you should seek to learn about taxes. Like, you shouldn't be ignorant. And you shouldn't just think that, oh, everything will just take care of itself. You have to put in some effort to understand how taxes work and how you can structure your taxes so that, you can be better off than worse off. So yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities to do tax planning and all those kind of things. And I'm sure you know more about that than I do. Yeah.
So one of the things that you talked about is being an entrepreneur. So one of the ways that we can reduce our taxes, everyone, you can go to Diekola's site and look at that. But we always talk about, RRSPs and being a business person. So when you are an employee on a job, you pay the most taxes.
That's correct, yes.
And so let's say you're in a tax bracket and your tax bracket is 40%, you're earning over $100,000. Your tax is around 40%.
Correct, yeah.
So if you say, my income is 150,000, your take home after tax is only 60% of that. So out of 150,000, you're taking home only 90. You're paying literally $60,000 in taxes. So
I think that's a progressive, I think it's progressive or something. So it's not, it doesn't directly correlate.
It's not quite direct, but it's very close.
Yeah, you pay a lot of taxes.
You pay a lot of taxes. So that's why sometimes when people get their paycheck, especially if it's the first paycheck, they go into a coma.
No, I can remember that. I remember that.
So like
the first paycheck syndrome.
And the first place you go to is the HR department, and you go, "Can you tell me where did you take my money to?" And then they get a tax, Canada Tax 101 lecture on how taxes work. But the other thing about taxes also is that when you then become a business person, so you come to me and you become a business person like myself, then you are able to write off expenses. So it's really the ability to write off stuff that helps a business person to
pay
lower
less
their
taxes.
taxes. So you can go from 40% as an employee to 12, 15% as a business person, just like that. Because then you can write off a portion of your home. You can write off a portion of your
business expenses.
business. I mean, basically your coffee, your tea that you take your visitors to.
Yeah.
Your clothing, your shoes, your bags, flights to conferences, hotel. You can pretty much write off so much that your taxes are nothing in comparison with somebody who is a very hardworking employee. So guys, the worst situation for you is to remain an employee all the days of your work life. That's when you pay the most taxes. Okay, so we're gonna leave that topic.
Because I'm an employee, so I'm kind of
yes, I know. I don't want you to get depressed. I don't want you to go into depression and go, oh, Auntie Rose. So the thing is, you and I are gonna meet. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come visit, and then we can talk. But seriously, if everybody is listening to us, being an employee is good. It's a good stepping stone, but it shouldn't be your last bus stop. So, we talk about that all the time. So then, Sister Diekola, I know that my TikTok, I didn't set the timer for this one. I think you and I can just sit and talk here forever. But let's not do that at the expense of my listeners. They're going to say, oh, these two girls are just going back to 1980 and having fun. Okay. There's something else I wanted to talk about on your channel. And you need to teach me some of the cool stuff you're doing on your channel. I like the waving and wave out. I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, the channel I started because of, during COVID, like I was just home and looking for something to do.
Something to do. Yeah. Okay. Now I like this one that you did, $5 money habits keeping immigrants poor.
Yes.
Aha. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean,
wrap up with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I love to watch a lot of finance stuff on YouTube and all that. So I just, put together some of the things, and some of the things that has also helped me, my husband and my family. I mean, part of what I've talked about on my channel is how we paid off our mortgage and things like that. So some of the things that we kind of did to help us. And, like, for example, you need to pay, the problem with what people do is they pay others first. Like they, when they get their income, they want to pay the car loan, they want to pay the mortgage, they want to, everybody else except themselves, investing in yourself and investing money for growth so that you can, get more for your buck, right? And also people live on credit, especially in this part of the world. They shove the credit card in your face everywhere you go. Like everybody wants you to come and, you have 5 credit cards already and they are telling you, do you want another one? I mean, yeah. So you can get as many credit cards, but it's not good for you. So that's another thing that we do, maybe because especially people coming from our part of the world, we are not, we don't really have that kind of credit. So when you come into this environment, it's like, oh, wow, I can have all this credit, so people just go to town and they keep getting all the credit cards. And that is the downfall of many people because those credit cards cost you an arm and a leg. Like the interest rates are insane and you get into it and it is a difficult thing to get out. So yeah, and then I talk about biting more than you can chew. like just cut your coat according to your size. Like when you just come in, know the lay of the land, learn from people like, Sister Rose and people who know about, the financial aspect of being in a new country in Canada. And yeah, don't go and do things that you cannot afford. People go and buy houses, huge houses, which I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'm not sure why, So you need to do all that and then, understand the financial system of Canada, for example. Understand how you can structure your taxes, just like we said, how you can, you want to be an entrepreneur, how you can uh, lower your taxes, how you can make more money. And yeah, people complain a lot. There was one video I did also that where I talked about how people complain about bills, 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 like
Yes.
because we are
Unending
always
the
paying bills. I'm like, yeah, you have to pay your bills. You just have to, be wise and be prudent and manage your money and you will be fine. Like, people survive here. People are rich, people are wealthy, people are doing well. So you just have to figure out how you can do that. And those are the different things that you need to do that will help you to get there.
You did mention, I want to talk a little bit more about that, paying others first. So culturally, most people have people back home, right? And it's like we are that Bank of Canada for people back home.
Yeah.
And I have seen different situations. For example, some people may identify with the fact that I'm sending money to these people back home, and they're using the money to buy flashy stuff. Like, I could travel and then this person I sponsor has a better phone, has an iPhone latest.
Yeah.
And I can't even afford an iPhone in Canada. Well, I'm just using I here.
Yeah.
It could happen to anybody. Or I send money back home and then they squander the money. And, at what point do you draw the line for sending money back home when you know that it's a drain? And I'm saying a drain, a sink where the money, number one, never comes back to you. Number two, there's really nothing to show for it except the people you're feeding are just wasting the money. And number three, you could actually be borrowing the money from the credit card in order to sustain. How can you help somebody out of that self-imposed trap?
Yeah, you just have to think about yourself first. Like you just have to think about yourself first. There's a limit to how much money you have, right? And you have to do everything that you have to do with whatever you have. And so you have to prioritize. And I think, you need to prioritize yourself first. Because if you kill the goose that lays the golden egg, then
yes.
That's not good for anybody. It's not good for them. It's not good for you. It's not good for anybody. So you need to prioritize yourself and pay yourself first. And that's what that principle is. And there's a lot of financial gurus that talk about that. That when you get your income, just take something. Assume that your income is less than your income because you are going to take something off the top first. Yeah. As a savings, or you want to use for investment, something that you're going to plow back to make more, as opposed to just spending it, as opposed to just expenses. Don't let your all your money be spent on expenses. So just pay yourself first, something that you will invest, something that you will plant that might grow before you start even helping other people. Even in the airplane, they tell you that if something happens, you put the mask on yourself first before you put it on the on the other person if you have a child with you. So yeah, you need to prioritize yourself.
Yes.
Even there's no other two ways about it. Yeah.
Yeah, even God says love your neighbor as yourself.
As yourself. So you need to love yourself. Yeah, for sure. Yes. I think it's just a mindset. it's a mindset that people need to, to go through, mindset shift that people need to go through. That, and like you said, these people, if anything happens to you, they will continue their life, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, if anything happens to you, they'll question and say, idiot, you're the one who killed yourself.
Exactly.
Who told you to kill yourself for us?
I know.
They will bury you very happily and move on to the next victim.
I mean, you should help people, but not at the detriment of yourself. You need to, prioritize yourself, and then you can help other people.
Yeah, help people, but also find a way to make sure that the money you're sending them is structurally is strategized. Don't just say, here is money.
Yeah. That's one thing that my husband always says, like the saying that you should teach somebody how to fish as opposed to just giving them fish, right?
Yes.
So
yeah. So don't say, oh, I send my family $500 a month. What do they spend it on? Oh, just whatever. No, you need to have your family do a budget. Tell us exactly how much they need. I want to see the budget. Just so, if I need to give you that money, I will. If you don't need it, I won't give it to you.
And better still, set them up with something that would help them to start making their own money.
Exactly. And that's the best way, is to say, so you're sending money so you can buy an iPhone. I can say, okay, here's money, let's buy a shop. And let's start the shop.
And start something,
That's something.
Yeah.
Okay. Sister Diekola, thank you so much. I love you. Yeah, thank you for, honoring my channel with your presence. And you're going to teach me some of those cool YouTube things.
For sure.
I'll come and be your student. But everyone, again, this is my friend and sister, Diekola, from old days. I've known her for 40 years-ish. And we both live in Canada, both live in Alberta. So it's actually cool. And thank you so much for everything you've shared with us. Thanks for your channel. I will visit it again and again. There's a lot of information there. And thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now knows I'm going to see you tomorrow.
So glad to be able to do this with you. Thank you so much.
All right. God bless you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.